Hello to beautiful soul. Welcome to this Eclipse Healing and Activation live stream. I am so excited that you're here, whether it's you're tuning in live or later on after the event already came to completion. I'm so excited that you're here with me. I was guided to do this event. Like, for one, this is actually my very first live stream, so I'm so excited. I was a little nervous, but don't tell anyone, right? But I was guided to do this event because this eclipse today, the solar eclipse, is truly powerful. It opens up a new gateway to, or a new pathway to really help you move forward in your life. And then we had yesterday also the new moon, which it actually created like somewhat of an energetic opening. So now it's truly a powerful time that we're in right now. And this event, the way it's going to go is, first, I want to give you some quick overview of the key things to know about this particular solar eclipse today. I'm not going to go into too much details. If you would like to learn a little bit more, then I have a video on my channel where I talk more about the key things and really go into more details. But right now, I just want to give you a quick overview, just a quick reminder on what's going on, so you know what's really going on and what to watch out for. And then there's also going to be a healing section and an activation section. So the healing section is going to be 3 different healings, where we're going to the first one is going to be about clearing out any old identities, any old letting go of anything old and outdated that is no longer serving you. And then we're also going to do healing some shadow aspects as well. And I see a couple of people are joining me, so super excited that you're here. If you want, you can leave a comment in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And also, let me know if you can actually hear me, making sure that I don't have any more technical difficulties. But so basically, going back to what I was saying is, in the healing section, we're also going to be doing some shadow healing as well, because that's really very important to let go of all of those things that are really holding us back, because we're at this pathway right now. This pathway is opening, so we want to let go of all the stuff that no longer serves us in order to move forward. Then the third healing part is going to be about the ancestral. We're going to clear some soul contracts and any karmic cords as well, really setting you free from anything that you are now ready to let go of. Then we're moving into the activation phase. There are going to be 2 activations. One is going to be about expanding your energetic field, because once you expand your energetic field, for one, you can hold more light, and then you also start attracting more into your life. So it's super exciting time. And then the second part about the activation is about activating new frequencies as well, really bringing in the eclipse frequencies so you can really embody that. Now, okay. Oh, I got someone here. Okay, from Sacramento. Hi, Arlene. Super excited that you're here. Now, Bish. Okay, you can hear me well. Great. Thank you. I had some technical difficulties earlier, so I just want to make sure. So thanks so much for letting me know. Okay, so also at any time, if you have any questions, be sure to pop them in the chat, and I keep glancing at them from here from time to time, and then I will definitely answer your questions. Now, when it comes to the healing and the activation, you can also, if there's anything that you would like to specifically heal, feel free to leave a comment in the chat as well. We can include it or set your own intention for yourself. Okay, so let's go over just a quick overview of this particular solar eclipse. Now, as I already mentioned, it is a new pathway that is unfolding with this eclipse, really opening up a new pathway that you can really step into now. This year is all about living that soul's highest path anyways, right? Really living that soul's highest template. Same, great. Okay, oh, OKC, where's OKC? Okay, so basically, tapping into that new timeline, really aligning yourself to your soul's highest path is really what this year's all about. And this eclipse today is really assisting you with that. Now, yesterday, like I said, we had the new moon with this energetic opening. So, and then tomorrow we also have Mercury that also goes retrograde. So we're in this 3 power days that a lot of shifts are happening. Now, you may have noticed that this week was quite intense. A lot of emotions were coming up for a lot of people, myself included, and there was a lot of there were a lot of people that were being triggered by what was coming up. So let me just share with you the key things. So the first thing I want you to know is that from now until the closing of the eclipse, which will be May the 5th, right? So we have those, Oklahoma City. Okay, cool. Great to have you here, Natasha. So the closing of the eclipse on May the 5th you have those 2 weeks right now from now until then where you may notice a lot of newness actually coming into your life, new situation, new circumstances, maybe even new people, or just new opportunities that maybe previously you weren't really aware of. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing, and you may not be too happy about that, is now from now until the end of the eclipse, the eclipse gateway, you may also be doing a lot of inner shadow work as well. So there's a good opportunity right now, and that's why so much stuff was coming up this week, where you may have felt triggered, very emotional, because this is a great opportunity for you to do even more shadow work. And I know shadow work is not great, and it's usually not very pleasant, but as you lean into that, and that's why I wanted to do this event today too. And there's also the section about that shadow healing, because we want to heal that stuff because it's holding us back, right? And even though shadow work is not pleasant and it brings up a lot of emotions that you may not want to deal with, it is necessary for you to really move forward. Because in order to really align yourself to that highest template, that highest path for yourself, well, you got to let go of the stuff that is actually holding you back, right? So that's why this is so important to do that. And then the third piece here is that I want you to know is that from now until the end of the eclipse gateway, there's also a lot of shedding that is happening as well, shedding a lot of the old and outdated. You may realize that you have to let go of a lot of things, which also is why I want to do the healing part today as well, to really shed all that old, letting go of anything that you no longer need, that is really outdated, that is simply no longer serving you. Okay. So before I move into the healing, now I do want to ask you to please just be undisturbed. Turn off your phone unless you're actually watching this on your phone, but just be undisturbed, because that's when you really get the most out of it. But also, if you have anything that you actually want to heal, like I said, put it into the chat. So now the way the healing is going to go, like I said, we're going to have the 3 parts. I'm going to start out with healing the old and outdated. Now, what I would like for you to do is, so we can already move into this, the healing, if you can please put both feet on the ground. And really just get centered, take a deep breath in and breathe in light and love, and just really center yourself into your heart, and just close your eyes. You want to really be centered. You want to be grounded. You want to be here and now. And then set the intention. Suchita. Okay, I will talk a little bit more about shadow work later on as well. But thanks for asking. Towards the end, after I'm done with the healing, remind me again in case I haven't mentioned it, and I will touch on that shadow work as well. Okay. Okay, so just tune in, just really open yourself up to this. Set the intention that this event today is really to your highest and greatest good, and really set the intention that you're now ready, willing, and able to let go of anything and everything that is no longer serving you. Okay, so let's just tune in. Let's get centered. Let's get grounded. And like I said, we're going to start out with the healing of the letting go of the old and outdated. So just tune in. You may even call up on your team of guides, your soul, your higher self, if you would like to, just to have that celestial support on your side. As I now too call up on my team of guides to please step forward and connect with us. I'm calling upon the highest, best, most loving guides, archangels, ascended masters, beings of the light, as well as the galactic beings, to please step forward and connect with us, to assist us for this duration of this event, and even afterwards, if we still need to. If we still need that support, please come forward and connect with us. And just open yourself up to feeling the energies. The guides are already here. They're already connecting us with us. Just tune in and just allow yourself to open up to that. So now the first healing round is also all about releasing the identities that are no longer serving us. And I'm going to ask for divine support to please assist us to cleanse away and release any old identities, anything that is outdated, is no longer serving us, any attachments, any interferences, anything and everything from the past that maybe even we have dealt with now this week with the eclipse, to please release that at the deepest level, to cut any cords, collapse any timelines to what has been, and to open us up for a new experience. Clear that at the deepest level, past, present, future. And so it is. Ke astere nar an est ur achtere el an a etu. Na astere el anar a e utur ustere el anna. Nere ela hate eta anne etust el anna. Nere eka ast est ur an ate. Ta astere el an acheta anne etu a estu. Na annere el an a e utur ur anna astere e. La anna ate ut a e uturu ustere en a e kust ere ella a lena ast ere e usturu u. Nere ella hanne uka anna astere e ust ere eta nere et kur anna ate ehe. Now I want to invite you to tune into your energy field. That's that field around your physical body. Just tune into that and see if there's any interference that you can feel within your own field, and just allow yourself to dissolve it, to let it dissolve into nothingness where it came from. If there's anything there that may feel stuck, may even tune into it and see, what is the message, the lesson, the gift here? What am I meant to learn from this stuckness, this interference, whatever that is that you feel that is within your energetic field? And then allow yourself to surrender into this healing. Let it go, release it, and set yourself free from that. Ku stere ena, stere el achtere e tur urana ate, ku ustara anna atere el anna atere e tur uranna, nere estur astere ella a e usten a nukur an astera a, nere e tur uran astere e lachate e ku ustena, nustere elena a e utur u. Allow whatever wants to come up. Let it come up. Let it make itself known, acknowledge it, but don't lean into it as far as trying to dissect and uncover what exactly is it, but just let it come up and let it release. Some of the things that are coming up don't require for you to figure out what exactly it is. Just whatever is now coming to the surface, let it come up and release it once and for all. Kustere heta asterea ashtere elana ate kura na ne etur urastere la annere etur ur anastere el annete ekta anna ne eku ur arte eta an etur anastere tur ulanna a e utara anna a e usturu. Now that your energy field is cleansed and cleared, I want to invite you to tune within your body. Feel any distortions, any disconnects, any stuck energy, any tension. Tune into your body and feel into that. Feel into that. Allow yourself to become aware of what is it that is really stuck there, and then let it go too. Ka astere enarana a e uru ur astere el achte en ate en atena a ku uka achate atere el anna nus turu ust en ache ta astere el anna a eta tere elana atele eturu ur anna hatere elana ate kustura an ate e tu ust en achte e uturu utu una nere ela a e urahatara aena. Now allow yourself to imagine white light coming down from up above, entering your crown, going down into your body, filling your body from the inside out. Releasing or replacing anything that was there, any shadows, any interference, anything that was there. Let it dissolve. Let it be replaced by this loving white light, really activating your DNA, your inner senses, anything and everything that is to your highest and greatest good within you. Let it be activated. Ku ustere eta atere ela nur ach tere elura nas tere el anna ate ku uka ate eta tu utan a e utu nere etur unastere elana a e utur urutaraste nuze eha e hust e heta ahi ne enna an enu ur usturu uste ustere enna achate. Now I give you the opportunity to either, if you want to put it into the chat, or just send that mental intention out of whatever else you would like to release in the here and now. Anything that is old, anything that is outdated. This could be people, it could be situation, it could be habits, it could be anything and everything that you are now ready to let go of. I'm giving the opportunity now. As I continue to challenge, just set that intention. You're going to let that go, to release it once and for all. Taastere he ta a tere e tu uta ana nere e ta I tu ust e heta nere e ta kata ana nere e ta uru ura hatere e la ana ate ustere e taastere e lana atere e tura na achete e huta na acheta ahi utar ana na ana a iuste e. Just take a deep breath in and then just let it all go. Release it, let it go. It is done. Has been complete. And maybe just take another deep breath in and just let it all settle what we just released. And then you can open up your eyes again, come back into here and now. And I'm just going to take a moment to let you just settle it in before we move into the next healing section. Now, if you would like to share your experience of, were you able to release something? Did you see anything? If you want, you can put something in the chat. Just, share about your experience if you would like. But letting go of the old is so important. And here I'm going to share something with you just so you can maybe practice that for yourself, because sometimes just making a decision is very important. Say, okay, I'm gonna let that go right now. Now, if you ever, let's say, maybe stopped smoking or went on a diet or just stopped doing something that you had been doing for a very long time, you did it because one thing, you made a decision. You made a decision that I'm no longer that. This is no longer what I want to do. This is no longer who I want to be, right? So it's also when it comes to the identities, because we also release some of the identities as well. And what I mean with that is we have identities, how we see ourselves, what we think about ourselves, what we think we can or cannot do, right? And for you right now, and especially now within this Eclipse gateway, you may want to tune in to see, okay, what are the identities that I have been holding on to? Because every time you grow, every time you transform, every time you're doing a healing session, for example, or somewhat of a transformational program or whatnot, anytime you're growing, well, you have to kind of upgrade your identity, because you're no longer who you were before that event, before you had that healing, or before you did that program or whatnot. And every time when you're growing, you want to do that. So now, over the next 2 weeks, I want to invite you to tune in to uncover what are some of those old identities that you're now ready to release, that you're now ready to let go of. And of course, what are then the new identities you really want to embody and embrace? What are the old things that you no longer need anymore? This could be habits, it could be beliefs, it could be situations, people. I mean, you name it, anything and everything that you feel out of alignment with. It doesn't feel right anymore, right? And I'm not saying like if you say like, well, my job doesn't feel right anymore, I'm going to quit. That is not what I'm saying, right? But when you're noticing that certain things simply no longer fit, that gives you the opportunity, that gives you the awareness to say, okay, I don't like this anymore. Well, what can I do instead? What do I want instead? Right? And then you can make that decision. You can then start taking those steps forward to that newness that you now have available, that you can now tap into, right? But it really starts with that awareness of what is outdated, what no longer serves you, and then let that go, make that decision. And here, that's why the decision is often so important and can be very powerful, is deciding, I'm done with this. Like I'm telling you, sometimes just making that decision, I'm done with this, shifts the energy in a heartbeat. And then, of course, you then want to then decide, well, okay, what do I want instead? And then you want to align yourself to that. But start out with deciding on the old identities that are no longer serving you. And then what new identities do you want to now adapt to? What are the old things you want to let go of in order to then really open yourself up to the new, right? And sometimes letting go of certain things may be hard, right? Because you've been with this for so long, and then departing yourself from that may be a little challenging. But when you do, you actually open yourself up for something so much better, so much more in alignment to who you have grown into. Okay. So are you guys ready for the next round of healing? Let me know in the comment, in the chat, if you're ready for that, or if you have any questions about what I just shared with you about letting go of the old and outdated and identities. I'm just gonna give a moment real quick while I drink, so you can post something if you want. Okay. No one? Okay, good. So we'll just move into the next healing. So here, what we're going to be doing is healing the shadow. Now here, you can also decide what you want to include as well. So here, what we're going to focus on is releasing the feeling of not good enough, not feeling lovable, not feeling worthy or deserving. Those are really the things that I know came up a lot this week for myself. And I've also seen it with a lot of my other clients as well. The energy is well settled. Well, great. Thanks so much, Arlene. So if there are any other shadow aspects that you would like to heal, feel free to set that intention for yourself to heal that, to let that go. Like, just throw it into the mix, right? You don't necessarily have to put it into the chat if you don't want to. I mean, this is quite personal, so you don't have to do that. But for yourself, you can do that. You can just set that intention. Maybe take a moment to uncover, to realize, or think about, like, okay, what was coming up for me this week? Because like I said, this week was very intense emotionally for many. Now, if you didn't experience it, be glad, because it was quite intense. But if you did have a lot of stuff coming up, if this week was very intense for you, then just make note of, okay, well, what was I experiencing? What was the underlying theme that was really coming up? And then focus on that. Put your attention onto that as I go now into the next healing round to release that as well. But like I said, we're going to focus on the most common ones about, healing the not feeling good enough, not feeling lovable, not feeling worthy and deserving, because these are usually the ones that most people are really having a hard time with, and in various degrees as well. So let's just tune in again. Let's get centered. You set your own intention of what you would like to let go of in this about healing the shadow, and let's just tune in again. Let's get centered. Let's get grounded. Connect with your team of guides again. Now, the guides are still here. They're still assisting us in the background. And I'm just going to ask now to assist us. So I'm going to ask for divine assistance in clearing shadow aspects around not feeling good enough, not feeling deserving, not feeling lovable, not feeling worthy of all the good things that life has to offer for us. And please cleanse that, clear that through all time, space, and reality. Clear it at the deepest level at our core, so we can finally release that and let that go, because it is weighing us down. It is holding us back. It is not allowing us to really step forward and step into our power and claiming the life that we truly desire and, of course, also deserve. And please let us know or show us what we must know about any of those shadow aspects that we're now asking to release, and any others that we may be unaware of, consciously or unconsciously. Please show us. Please let us know. Please help us learn what we need to learn out of these shadow aspects, so we can then decide what we're going to do with it. And ideally, let it go, release it, take from it what we need to learn, what is to our highest and greatest good, but release anything else. And so it is. Kar anna rahatere tu stere lana atere kuura anna achte 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 ushti nere el anna astere el ahra ate na astere el an a e utur ur astere el achte ku usht hanna akte elan a ate e ku sturur annahate hutate el anna astere el annahate nur aste e apele eke e ka anne tu uta nal annahtere e tur ur anna ate e tu nere ella anna aha. Now just tune into your heart center. You may even place both hands over your heart and tune within your heart center. Allow any shadow aspects that are stored within your heart center to be made known to you, so you can acknowledge it, and so you can then release it and let it go. Kar anatre ta natere elur anatara kata anate ustere el anna ate eta nu ustere elur anastere el astere etu ur anna Ne etur an hate eka an akte el an a estu u ne eka a te e ku ust ere ehi nur astere el an ahita an ne eta a e usturu u nere hetar al anna ate a e utu ur uta ne esta an astere el anaha nu ur achte aste en ur an a eta an ate e nukur an al e lahte. I just want to invite you to take a deep breath in, and with your out breath, just let it all go. You may even make a sound, like really blow out that air, blow out anything and everything that has been knocked loose, that has been released. Just let it all go. And now next, we're going to work on your mental mind, because that's usually where a lot of stuff is happening that is really holding us back. We're going to ask to clear our mental mind, our limited programming around what we think is possible for us, how deserving we really feel, any and all programming that is not to our highest and greatest good, that is of that lower level frequency. We're asking to reprogram, to replace it with a higher level frequency thoughts, that higher level frequency beliefs. So we have a higher viewpoint as well of about ourselves, our path of what's possible. And so we can really open ourselves up to the new experience that really are to our highest and greatest good. No more held back by the doubts, the fears, the limited thinking, the limited point of view we may experience or may we have about ourselves and our life. Quran astere el an a e tur ur an a te e tu te estur an a te el an a te e tu nere e tur an a tere eta astere e nukur an astere el an a hatere e nura na astere e nastara anna atere ella alle ele he tur ur ustere ella anna hatere e nur ur anna ahate e. You might feel some pressure around your head. And this is normal. This is okay. Allow it. Just breathe through any discomfort that you may feel. Just know that whatever you're feeling is the old programming that is now being released right now. So just let it all go. You may become aware of what is really happening in your mind. So you can become aware of that, what is maybe to your highest and greatest good to know. But then don't worry about anything else. Just let it go. Sara atere e natere e turu urura nara are ela hanaa nere el ala anere e turu uta aratara atere e tana aha nastere ela na aheta a e na ate e natere el anaa nus turu ur ana achte e nastere e ushtara neshta a e utara alana atere e. Now see a white light coming in from up above, really lightening up your higher mind, the middle of your brain, your head. Just tune into that and see that white light really being activated within that. Seeing maybe even or feeling that download of a higher level consciousness entering your mind and settling therein. Kuste an a atere e un atere el an a nu ustere el an ar a hika ustere el anakta anara atere e turu ur anate nu ta astere el anahate e tur anna ate e tur anna astere e nula anna nere e hata an a e usta. Narahatere elur anata eka tere etushta ustere ena tere elahata nastere e. Just ground yourself here back into the here and now, anchoring in all that was given to you just now, all that was released, all that was given to you just now. Just take a deep breath in, breathe in light and love, and let it all settle. Let it all settle. And then when you're ready, you may come back into here now, open up your eyes again. And I tell you a little bit more about then the shadow healing. So you can take a few moments just to let it all settle. And feel free to also share your experience if you would like to. I would love to know if, what you're experiencing about, throughout this event. But let's just get back to center for a moment. Whew. Let's just breathe for a moment. Let's just all get back to center. Okay. There you go. Now we're all back to center. Okay, so now also to answer your question, Sochita, I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm sorry if I did. The way you do shadow healing is, for one, you want to become aware of like what is it that you're really feeling. Shadow things, it's usually those negative aspects about ourselves that we're being triggered. Like I mentioned, this whole feeling not good enough, not feeling deserving, not feeling worthy. These are all shadow aspects of ourselves, right? And even other things about ourselves that we don't like. These are shadow aspects that you want to then heal and release, because the shadow is basically the deeply asleep self of you, right? The side of you that is not fully awoken yet, right? Because your awakened self, your divine self, there's nothing wrong with you, or you don't think there's anything wrong with you, right? It's the shadow side, the limited side, the ego side that has sees all these faults about you. So it's all about that awareness. You want to become aware of, well, what are the things that bother you about yourself? You can also think of it like the mask that you wear, right? The many masks that you hide behind, that's also those shadow aspects. So the first thing is you want to become aware of, and then you want to uncover what you want to lean into, like, okay, what is really at the core of this. Oftentimes these shadow aspects, a lot of energy. Oh, thank you so much, Lauren. So the shadow aspects, now I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. So the shadow aspects, it's you want to get to the core of what is at the core of it. So if you feel like you're undeserving, well, it has to come from somewhere, right? So you want to then lean into, like, okay, why do I feel undeserving? Where's this coming from? What is at the root of things? And oftentimes it is something that you experienced maybe as a little kid, as you were growing up. Maybe you did something and then you were yelled at. I mean, if we're thinking about undeserving, right? How many times when you were a kid, you did something bad, like, oh, you don't deserve to watch TV. Go in your room. You're on timeout, right? So we were being rewarded when we did something good, but when we did something bad, well, you know probably what happened, right? So that's already what programmed us, that, oh, we don't deserve something good because, oh, I wasn't really a good girl, right? Or a good boy, and things like that. So you want to get to the core of this, and then you want to uncover what is at the core of that, the feeling behind that, and then clear that. You release that. Now, when it comes to the clearing, the healing, and releasing, there are many different ways that you can do that. You can use light language, for example, to do that. There's even like tapping, there's hypnosis. I mean, there's energy healing. There are so many different modalities that you can use to heal that. But then often also just uncovering what is at the root cause can already help you make that shift, because you're like, oh, okay, it's because of that. Well, I don't want to deal with this no more. I don't want to hold on to this anymore. And then making that decision to let that go can be powerful enough to let that go. Now, the thing when it comes to shadow work is it's not just something that you do once and then you're done with it. It's like a continuous kind of work, because when you make the decision once, you will be tested if you learned your lesson, right? So you want to just, like, every time when you're having that feeling, oh, I'm not deserving, like, no, I am deserving. I mean, I'm good enough. I'm an amazing person. So why wouldn't I deserve this? Right? So it's like then you really shifting the energies, because that's really what it's about. You want to shift into a higher frequency, right? You want to release the negative frequencies, the negative energies around any beliefs, any doubts, and all of those different things, and then shift into the higher frequencies by really ingraining the positive, and really holding yourself to count on that, basically, right? So whenever you're slipping into the negative again, like, course correct. That's really what it is. But it boils down to, you got to become aware of what it is. So, Suchita, does that answer your question, or do you have any other question about shadow work that I can answer? Okay, Lauren. Experience a lot of energy around my head, chest, and shoulders. Okay, great. I felt renewed and light, as if a burden was lifted. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you allowed yourself to release that. So it sounded like there was a lot of energy stuck in your head and chest. Usually it's the heart center. Like when you're feeling a lot in your chest, that's usually a heart center, your heart chakra. That's usually where a lot of the stuff is stored. And of course, the mind is like, it's your ego territory. Okay, great. Okay, I'm glad that I was able to answer your question. But yes, so I'm super excited and glad that you guys are allowing yourself to release that, because My job here is to deliver the frequencies. Your job is to allow it and to release whatever you are now ready to release. So thank you so much for allowing me to assist you in this process. Okay, so do you guys have any other questions about shadow work, or are you ready to do some clearing around the ancestral soul contracts, karmic healing? Okay, let me just drink real quick. All that channeling is making my throat dry. Okay, so let's move into, if there are no other questions, let's move into the ancestral soul contracts and karmic healing. So again, please tune in, get grounded, get centered, just get into this receptive state of releasing anything that is no longer serving you. Now here also, what we're going to do is really cutting any cords to any past life ties, ancestral ties, things like that, karmic relationship as well. So we're going to do like an overall cleanse and clear to really set yourself free from what has been. Now here, if there's anything in specific that you know, if there's like a relationship that you know that's there may be like a soul contract attached or karmic relationship, or you may even know something about ancestral in your family, in your line, feel free to put your attention onto that and then set and just allow yourself to release it. Okay, so let's tune back in. Let's connect again to the guides, open ourselves up to the healing. And we're just going to ask our team of guides to assist us in this ancestral clearing, clearing any soul contracts, any karmic cords. Please cut any ties to any past lives that are affecting us, any soul contracts that we're now ready to release, any karmic lessons that we're now ready to learn, and then to cut the cords to that as well. We're also asking to clear our ancestral line of any interferences, any blocks, any imprints, anything that is not serving us, that was given to us without our agreement, and anything else that is now ready to be released, ready to be let go of through all time, space, reality, and lifetimes. And please let us know of anything else that we need to become aware of. But let go of anything else, setting us free so we can really move ahead in more alignment with our awakened self. So we can really open us up to those new experiences without all that heavy baggage that we have been carrying around for probably a long, long, long time. And so it is. Ka'annere tara'atanna stere illa khatere eustere illanna kata'anne kushtarana ra'alen achte en ustere el an ae nut an e tur an astere el an ae tu ur anna nar alana atere elana kata'anne e utara anna astere nukuru kata'anne ella anastere el anna atere e nuru ura astere e ta astere e Nukur an a eta atena ne e uta a ate e tur utana ate nastere elanara a e etan atere eta turura hate e tuste na aste ate yastere ela nukur an na ate na adektan ate ur a an a e ut an a e nur ul an nahatere e. Now you may imagine in your mind like a white screen, and allow the images to kind of appear on your screen. See it like a movie, kind of like the scenes just kind of passing by. That's all of the things that are now being released from past lives, ancestral ties, soul contracts, karmic lessons, anything and everything that is now part of your timeline that is outdated and needs to be released right now. Allow yourself to see the glimpses on this white screen, and then keep swiping left if you would like. Just imagine that, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Sarata katana kite astere ella hatere ella nuku kana ate ustere en astere ella anahtere nur an ate etu uta anna ate e kustere el achte e nur asta na anere e a iu kana eta na stere ela anna hatere e tu ur ana nere e tur an atere e tu uta anate e tu ate na stere el an a e uta nes tur ura nere es tur ura na akhe akete en uta anna a na al an a e uta ate e tu ur anna hate e heta. Now allow us to become aware of any lessons that we're meant to learn, because in order to release any soul contracts and karmic cords, we first need to become aware of the lesson we were meant to learn about a certain situation in order to cut the cords. So on this mental white screen that you see, just allow yourself to hone in on one or two or maybe multiple instances that you are now ready to become aware of, as these are soul contracts or karmic lessons that you are meant to learn the lesson in order to let it go. And allow yourself to become aware of the lesson. Open yourself up to be shown, to receive the message. Learn it, take it, and then set the intention to let it go. Kurana kata tere elana turu ushte. Na tara anna tere elur ach tere elana ate. Nurus tere ena a tere elana a. Na atere elahatea e ku a te en a e tur an astere e. Nur a tere e ta an a e ush tere e la anahate nukus tere en a te e nas tere e lana a e nastara an a ne e tu na anere e la aleheta nur a stere en a I ku ushta nas tere e la nere e turu uta an a te eta nukur anna e ut an a te la nara a tere e ka achtust ina achte. Now just take a deep breath in and just let it all go. Let whatever just came up, let it go. Be grateful. Send the energy of gratitude out real quick to this opportunity to learn whatever lesson you were meant to learn. Send the energy of gratitude towards your guides, your higher self, my team of guides, as they assisted us in becoming aware of what we're now ready to learn and let go of. Just take a moment and feel the energy of gratitude. Feel the feeling of gratitude. And now I'm asking the guides to once again clear our energy field from any interferences, our physical body, our emotional body, our spiritual body, and mental body. That's the one. Mental body, of any interference that we're just knocked loose of what we just did from the karmic and soul contract and ancestral clearing. Cleanse out anything that we no longer need, that is not ready to be released. Kur anna stere illa hatere e ur anna. Nukuru kata anna kata anna kata ella kata 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 ur ata kata enna. Nakata kitika stere kata kata enna kata 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 ka a stere kata kutu stere enna. Nakata kata kutu 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 anna kata 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 kutu stere eta a tere ella. Nakata kata kata kutu sturu kutu kutu sta anna. Nakata kata 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 utu naste e. Nukushte. Nesta a e akate e uktuura anakata nakata anakate e tutukutuna anne eta nusturushta ara anakata a na a hiushta. Now just take another deep breath in and just let it all go. Let all that has been released, let it all go. When you're ready, you may come back into here and now. Get centered and open up your eyes again. Just take a moment, let it all settle in. Let me see what Lauren just wrote. Okay, that energy as well. A lot of energy. I experience a lot of heavy energy around my... Okay, we already read that. Okay, sorry. Yes, answer. Thank you for this. Okay. Oh, Brenda. Hey, it's great to see you here. Okay, so would you like to share anything did you feel anything really being released? Did you get the message? Because that's really the important thing about the karmic lessons, the soul contracts. In order to release it, you have to become aware of the whatever you're meant to learn from that, right? Because when it comes to karma, it's not this whole, what comes around goes around. It's not that. Karma is the lessons that in a previous lifetime you were meant to learn and you didn't. Now, you create karma through various different things. When you do something, so in a way, the whole what comes around goes around, it applies in a sense, but not so much that you're going to then, be punished because you did that. It's simply that you're experiencing certain things, you're attracting certain things into your life that will cause you to then learn that lesson. Now, of course, we humans have free will, right? We can decide, what do I want to learn this lesson, or do I want to be ignorant and ignore that, right? Because we often do that, because when it comes to learning these lessons, from karmic lessons, soul contracts, they're not always pleasant, right? Now, of course, there are also good karmic things that you have to learn, good soul contracts. So it's not always bad. So when we're talking soul contracts, karmic connections, even ancestral, it's not always bad. But we focus on the bad because that's what requires healing, right? But when it comes to healing the karma, healing any soul contracts, and this also, over the next 2 weeks, this is also something that you may want to tune into. What are some reoccurring themes in your life? Maybe some people that keep coming up in your life, or situations with different people, but the situation, the underlying thing is always similar. For example, if, let's say, you always attract people that don't value you, right? That could be a karmic thing. It could be a karmic lesson where you need to learn to value yourself no matter what other people say. Right? And you will be able to release the karma once you learn the lesson. Now, yes, we did a lot of clearing right now of any karma that you were ready to release. Now, you may have become aware of anything, you may have received any insights of what you were ready to release during the channeling, but you may then also tune in a little bit more and look at all areas of your life to see, where do you see some reoccurring themes happening, some reoccurring experiences, and lean into that more, because now you really have that opportunity to heal more of that, to let that go. Okay, so okay, is there anything else that you guys would like some healing around? Now is the opportunity to put in the chat if there's anything you would like healing before I then move into the activation phase. Let me know. I'm gonna give you a moment if there's anything you would like some healing around. Now, this is really the perfect time with the eclipse. Now, the eclipse will pull out a lot out of you. Like, if you're not really doing your work, no matter what, you will receive that energetic assistance, the cosmic assistance, now over the next 2 weeks, to really let all that stuff go or become aware of it. And I want to invite you, don't resist it, but really lean into that. Yes, it's not always pleasant. Well, it's rarely pleasant, right? But when you open yourself up into that, when you really lean into what is coming up and really sitting with it, and from a detached kind of point of view, though. So what I mean with it is really looking at it from a detached point of view, like you're someone standing from the outside looking in. What is this? What can I learn from this? What is the experience behind this? What am I feeling deep below about the situation? And then do your work around that. But like I said, it really goes back to, awareness is really key. Okay, so I'm not seeing any comments, so I guess you're all done with the healing for today. Okay, so let's move into the activation. So like I said, there are 2 parts to the activation. The first one's going to be, we're going to expand your energetic field. So you can really expand yourself because your energy field, it's like your signature, right? When you go somewhere, people will know how to respond to you based on your energetic field. Like, if you ever been around someone that right away you're like, I don't really like this person, I don't like being around this person, that's because you felt their energetic field, right? Now, your energetic field is very important, not just because of what you send out, but also what you allow yourself to receive, what you allow to bring in. Because the more you expand your energetic field, the more you open yourself up to new experiences, to more light in yourself, as in your energy field, in your body as well. You uplift your frequency. So a lot of great things. So let me just see what Natasha. Hey, Natasha. I have a hard time becoming aware of these necessary lessons, specifically by way of seeing anything on the mind's wide screen. Also, I've been curious about how the throat chakra may tie into. Okay, so it sounds like that you may not be a visual person, Like, I'm not always that visual either. Now here you may tap into what do you sense, because if you might be the kind of person that you're clear is more that, and I'm sorry, I always get them mixed up, but it's the inner knowing that might be for you. So you may not necessarily see things, but you may have that inner impression, or something's being impressed onto your mind. You just have somewhat of a inner knowing what it is. Now, does that resonate with you? Do you feel like you're more of a person that senses, that has that inner knowing rather than seeing? Because there are many people that they see a lot. They're not so much open to or they're not, their inner knowing is not so developed, but they're seeing a lot. So they may see more on the wide screen. Now, you may have different experience. Like, Natasha, did anything come up for you? Did you have any kind of experience or any kind of inner knowing that came up? I'm going to give you a moment to respond. And now, as far as the throat chakra, now the throat is about self-expression, right? So whenever you're holding back, whenever you're not allowing yourself to speak your truth, or whenever you are kind of like trying to fit in, right? That is about the self-expression, right? So let me just double check and make sure. Now, the throat doesn't have anything to do with your sight. The sight it's just like, maybe you're just not really, maybe your gift is not the sight, but it's like I said, more the inner knowing. That could be another thing. But if you're feeling that something is with your throat, since you're mentioning that, you may want to do some throat clearing as well to really clear your throat. Do you guys want to do some throat clearing about self-expression? Just put a yes in the chat real quick, and I'll do a round of throat clearing real quick. Because self-expression is really important. For one, to express yourself clearly, to speak what you want to say. Yes, inner knowing. Okay, so yeah, Natasha, for you, not visual. Okay, so then don't worry about if you don't see anything about on the white screen. Then here, just open yourself up to what are you experiencing, what is coming through to you. Like I said, you will have somewhat of an inner knowing of what is coming up. Now, when I channel, like I said, I'm more of that inner knowing person as well, rather than the seeing. I sometimes see glimpses, but not always the full picture. Some people, I've had clients, they were telling me about, whenever I had a session with them, they're telling me about all that experience that they had, all the things that I saw, and they're like, man, I don't see anything. I just see like glimpses. But it's perfectly fine. So here, then just focus on, like, feel into it. What is it that you're feeling? What is it that what is being impressed onto your mind? And then just go with that. Does that help, Natasha? So I'm getting a lot of yeses. So let's just do some clearing around the throat. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. There's a little lag here. Okay. Thoughts, experience, what? Thoughts. I experience thoughts, and just knowing I feel it. Good. Embrace that feeling, and then it's really about trusting whatever you're feeling, whatever you're sensing. Just trust that it is the right thing for you. That is exactly what you're meant to experience, what you're meant to pick up. Okay, so let's just move into another healings real quick before we then do the activation. And I know we're already going almost an hour, so thank you so much for being here with me for this long time. I'm super excited. So let's just tune in real quick. You may even place your hands around your throat if you want, like, just very, very gently. You don't even have to touch your throat necessarily, and just tune in. And you may even imagine, what you can do is you can activate your hand chakras, actually, by pressing into your palm right here, and then just putting your hands around your throat. Like I said, don't even have to touch, and just imagine white light coming out of your hands into your throat, and just tune into your throat chakra. And I ask the guides to please assist us in clearing, cleansing our throat chakra, activating our self-expression, so we may speak more clearly and express truly what we mean to say. So we speak our own truth, so we're not afraid to say what we want to say to ourselves, to others, but to always do it in the highest and best, most loving way that is to the highest and greatest good of everyone involved. Let us know what we need to know about this like any blockages in our throat chakra, but then dissolve any interferences, any blockages, any programming, any attachments, anything and everything that is not serving us. Let's clear that out once and for all through all times, place, space, and realities, past, present, future. Kurana hatesta, usturana heta. Sur anna la annere el an a e utur ur anna nere elach te en atena nastere ella achtere e utur anna hate. Nastere el achte ennar al e nur urhate en atere el anate tukurana atere eate e kukutanate nutara atal eta a tukuru ukutu una ata. Nuru ula anara atele enanere etukutu utu nuturu ut anastere elanara atara akta anate. Now, you may even clear your throat, excuse me, clear your throat of anything that was released. There's definitely a lot of energy going on right now. I'm feeling a lot of stuck energy being released. So you may clear your throat, cough if you have to, just letting it go, releasing it. And now we're just going to infuse some white, high frequency light within your throat chakra to really activate your self-expression. Kur'anara alahatere eturu uruktanara hatere elahate tur anastere el anna ate narahatere lektanere eturukudu ur alana ate tusturu utara ala anakta anatere elakta uturukudu uturukta anakta anata anete eta ate tustara al ina ate e tu ur anna astere ela annar a e utara annara ate Nastara alan ar a e uturu ur annasta. Nara alakta anna nurukta annaha nuruktu unnaha nuruktu unna a e ustust e a ena a iuta na astere ella annaha te ehe. Let's just take a deep breath in and just let it all settle, let it all anchor in. Whew. Okay, and you can come back into here and now again. Okay, Natasha, you said it helps out so much. Thank you for sharing more about this and your gift as well. You're so very welcome. I'm just so grateful that you're here with me, and that I get to share this with you. And like I said earlier, thank you so much for allowing yourself to release that, to set yourself free from that. So I'm super excited that you're here. Okay. Now we have two more things that I want to share, the activation. So let's move. Or do you guys want to take a moment real quick just to settle it all in? I mean, I can mention a little bit more about the throat chakra. Now, what you can do to really make the most out of this particular throat chakra activation is you want to allow yourself to really speak your truth more often, or at least acknowledge your truth to yourself. And here what I mean with that is become aware of when are you really holding yourself back or talking down on yourself or limiting yourself in any kind of way because, well, you think it's not possible or things like that. And then acknowledge and like, no, this is not of truth. I am valuable. I am good enough. I can do this, and speak your truth. That's really what it's all about. It's like speaking your truth and then expressing yourself in a higher way. Okay, so I'm not getting any comments no more. So I hope this makes sense. Let's move into the activation because I don't want to keep you. I didn't mean to keep you guys that long, but so excited that you guys are still here with me. So let's move into the activation because now the fun begins. We're going to expand your energetic field. Okay. So let's tune back in. Now we're really bringing in the good, exciting, uplifting energy. So tune back in. Now here you may even tune into your energy field. Now your energy field is not right around your body. It's actually, think of it like a cloak, like an egg, or like a dome, if you want to say. If you want to, let me see. I feel like this is a really good clearing from the bottom. Oh, that's great. I'm glad that you're feeling that. Yeah, just whatever comes up, just let it come up and let it come out. Okay, so let's move into this. So just tune into your energy field. And as I channel, I want to invite you to really imagine stretching out your energy field, stretching it out even more. It's like your space, right? Let's think of it like that. You're moving into a bigger house. That's what we want to do, right? We want to move into a bigger house right now, an energetic house, because your energy field, it's like your house, right? So for one, here I want to mention, you want to keep your energy field clear and clean. Okay, so you want to do like maybe like a daily or weekly energy cleansing, and you can use a waterfall of white light, because your energy field, like I said, it's like your home, right? And you don't want your home to be full of trash and dirt and clutter and stuff, right? And it's the same thing with your energy field. Now, as we're expanding it, well, then you have more room to have more clutter into it, right? So just be aware that you want to make sure that your energy field stays clear. And what you can do is actually, and I want to invite you to do this right now. I mean, we did some clearing earlier, but tune into your energy field and feel into it and see, how does it feel? Does it feel constricted? Does it feel quite tight? Does it feel a little muggy? Maybe you have a lot of dirt in your energy field, a lot of energy that you maybe have picked up from other people. Now, of course, we did some clearing earlier, so you may not feel that, but I want to invite you to get used to feeling into your energy field. That's going to make the world of a difference, because your energy field is your energetic signature, right? So if you're challenged with manifesting things or attracting things into your life, it's most likely because your energy field sends out a really murky energy. Okay, so like I said, what we're going to do is right now, we're going to expand your energy field to cleanse it and clear it, and you release anything, and then also really expand it. So just tune into your heart again, tune into your energy field, and just open yourself up to this. Okay. I'm going to call up on the guides again to connect with us, to assist us in this. And we're just going to ask to please cleanse and clear our energetic field once again, to release any imprints, any interferences, any attachments, any distortions, and please help us expand our energy field so we can hold more light and open us up really to the higher, more expansive experiences that we're really available for, that we want to experience, that we're now ready to experience. Nar annach telena nere etur anna. Nara Allah derektu utuna terekita aneta asterete e kurukutu turu atakata annekete kete ekita ayastere lukurukuta anatere etara annere eturu ura nara arekri ele nara atere ela leketana kata a ituru utusturu uta nere etara alla kata annere kete ele kete etkitu stere enna nere eturu uta anna ate nukuka anna ate kete ela nara ate nara etara anneta neka e ku ushte e tukana ala atena astere ela anere eturu nere etakata anekete kete uturu kta neta nustere ela kte natere kete kete uturu kutukutuka nukutukutu shtere ena akte ela kte ena kte etu uta nastere ela na atera atere enara aeta. Now I want to invite you, just with your consciousness, with your mental mind, just push against your energy field, push it out a little further, even try to push it out as far as, like, enveloping your room and then maybe your entire house, and then maybe push it as far as you can. We just want to extend it right now. We just want to extend it. So just push further and further and further. Kurana katanere eterekete elekta ayita rakata anakta anere eturu ura nere ella nere eta adekteketu uturkuru anarata nastere ella na atere etara a ituru usturu nastere nastara anna kata anne kete e ishtara anna nuru stere ella na atere eta nu ur an a eta anne etu ura anna kata anna nesta hetu nesta ena a ituru ushta na ahita. Now just feel yourself expanding. How beautiful a feeling this is when you expand your energy field that way. Now we want to bring it back, but not as tight and snug as it was before. Make it comfortable, where you really are in this space, in this bigger space, this bigger home, where you can really feel more comfortable. But bring it back. But always know you can always expand it at will, because your energy field, it's yours. You can do with it whatever you want. You can expand it, you can constrict it or contract it. You can do with it whatever you want. You can even infuse it with light codes so it flows more smoothly, if that is what you would like. If you're noticing that your energy field feels quite frantic, just set the intention to soothe out your energy field, but bring it back to a comfortable place, to a comfortable spot, just where you feel absolutely comfortable in it. And now we're just going to ask to bring in white light. And you may place up your hands, place them face up, really open yourself up and filling your energy field with this loving, beautiful white light, where now you can hold more of that beautiful light. Kura nakatanere etara atere ella ekara anne eta nusturu kata anne kete elle kete enna ekita hitu nestara eta uru na anere ella anakta anakte eshta nestara alla anne heta ta anne kusta na ahi kusta na hena kusta ahina ahita Nura anna hatere ela na asta. Now just breathe that in. Breathe in the loving, beautiful light. Now I'm going to move into the second part of this activation to really activate a new higher pathway. Now that we're already in this good energy, in this good feeling energy, let's just continue. We're just going to ask the guides to please raise our frequency, ignite our inner light, and please fill our energy field with the highest frequency light that we're now open to, that is now available because of this beautiful solar eclipse. And please also open our inner sight so we may see more clearly of what is ahead for us. Kurana stere ela na achte ela anar alla anna ate nukukana an nesta an el anere e tur utan astere tur an atan ate ela nukukana ne an e nu ust ere heta nastera alla na e kur anna nere ela na astere eta atere el ura nukust e naste eta Nukur an al anna ta anna. Nastara alla anna. Nastara alla na a eu ta anna hate e. Now you may open up yourself to receiving some insights. Now, for those of you who are visual, allow yourself to see that mental screen again and allow yourself to see or open yourself up to receiving any insights of your path ahead. Now, for those of you who are not visual, just open up your senses, open up your inner knowing, and just listen. Listen more closely or feel more closely. Allow the guidance to flow in right now, giving you an imprint into what that higher path is for you now moving forward, that your soul is now asking you to step into, to align yourself to. Open yourself up to it. Kara anna ra hatel en a itur anna nere ella hatere en urata nastere ella Nustara annakta anere el alle ella alena nu tu tanna a nu tuna an eta an a e ut astere e nu kar anna nere ella a e nara ella anne nuza annere e tur utan a e uta anne el a nere e tur ur anna hatte e. Now let's ground everything that was done today. Now everything that happened, everything that was released, everything that was activated, everything that we are now ready to really embody. Let's just all anchor in. Anchor in. Feel yourself heavy in the chair you're sitting in or the surface you're sitting on or lying on. Just feel yourself heavy in the here and now. Ground yourself back into here. Now we're going to bring everything that was given to us today. All the light codes, all the activations, all the higher frequencies, just anchored into our being. It is now ours to keep because we have grown enough to hold this higher level frequency, this higher level energy that we were given to now today. Just anchored in. Place your feet on the ground and anchor yourself deeply into the Mother Earth. Really connect yourself deeply with Mother Earth. Just take a deep breath in, breathe in light and love. When you just breathe out, just let it all go, let it all sink in, let it all settle, and you may then come back to here and now. Enjoy me for the rest of this video, this live stream. Okay, whew. That was quite a lot. I am so excited you were really here. Feel free to let me know anything you would like to share, any experience that you had. Let me see. Natasha said, like the sun in the sky today, at least from Oklahoma City. The orb around the sun is in the sky. It's great here today. Yes, we have some beautiful weather here too. I'm in El Paso, Texas. So we got, what's about 74, no, like 84 degrees almost. So it's definitely a beautiful time to go outside today here. Okay, so how are you guys feeling now? Anything you guys would like to share? I just then about to then come to the end. I want to share a couple of things of, how to really make the most of it now, also until next, the ending of the eclipse. But let me know if you have any questions so far. How are you guys doing? Are you guys still with me here? I know it was definitely a lot of energy that was released, and I'm so grateful that you guys were here. Now, hold on, let me drink real quick. This definitely was a lot going on. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Whew. I hope you guys had a lot of experience really releasing a lot. And how did you guys like the whole expanding of that energy field? That was quite interesting, wasn't it? And here you can really do that as often as you would like, really expand. Whenever you feel a little constricted or restricted, just push out your energy field, push it out. And also, if you're going somewhere and where there's a lot of like a big crowd or whatnot, you can actually constrict it for the time that you're in there, because you don't want people in your energy field, right? So you can constrict it, you kind of pull it in, make it nice and snug where you feel really good, where you really feel centered and grounded. And then of course, when you leave that place, you can just expand it again. But you can play around with your energy field. But even what I shared earlier as I was channeling, tune into your energy field more often, ideally daily, because your energy field is like I said, it's sending out that signal, right? And if your energy field is not smooth, if you feel it's frantic or just spotty, or if it doesn't feel smooth, you can really tune in and just, with white light, just intend you want to soothe it out. Maybe even infuse it with some high level thoughts, like really put some good thoughts into your energy field, really charge it up. You can definitely do that. Arlene, oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited. So grateful that you guys enjoyed it. Okay. So now that the event is about to come to an end, the live stream is about to come to an end. I know it's been quite a long time, and thank you so much for being here with me that long. But now what I want to invite you to do is, for one, drink a lot of water, because we cleared a lot. There was so much being released. There was so much being knocked loose. So you want to stay hydrated. Now, you also want to give yourself some time, because just because I stopped channeling doesn't mean that it's all done, okay? Your healing will continue until it's done for you. Now, this will be different for every single person, okay? So just give yourself some time today to let it all settle in. Now, you may also then journal about what came up for you. You can tune into about the karma that we talked about any old things that are coming up, because more things may still come up for you today. Now, I don't want you to worry, because it's coming up in order to be released. So whenever you're noticing any unsettling emotions, breathe through it. It's being released. It's part of this healing process, okay? But you can journal about anything that you experienced, anything that is still coming up, because as you're journaling, you may then tap into that healing flow again, and then journaling and releasing as you're journaling. So you can do that as well. And just let go of whatever else is coming up, and take some time today. If you can, maybe go outside. If you have nice weather, I will actually do that later on as well. Go outside, connect with Mother Nature. That's the best thing that you can do right now, with all the energies that was really that we were being infused with. Now we let go of, just reconnect and ground yourself back with Mother Nature. So that's what you can do now after the event. Now, what you can do, actually move my notes here over, what you can do now, for between now and May the 5th. Now, also, I mentioned earlier, and for any one of you that weren't here at the beginning, I will host another one of these events on May the 5th for the closing of the eclipse. So we're going to then release more, clear more, activate more. So I hope you're going to join me again. I will definitely put something out. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I put out that comment, because it will be like a comment on the community tab notifying about the next event, and also it's going to be a notification that you will receive. And of course, my email list will then also get a notification. But I will host another event on May the 5th. I haven't decided on the time yet, so just stay tuned for that. But between now and May the 5th, what you want to do is, now for one, Mercury will go retrograde tomorrow. Yes, right? Great. Now, not to worry, because the Mercury retrograde, this one is all about that inner expansion. So I have a video on my channel if you want to check that out. The same thing about the eclipse today. There's also a video on my channel if you want to get more information about the Mercury retrograde and the eclipse. But the Mercury retrograde is going to slow you down anyway. So the next 2 weeks, I want to invite you to take time out to go within, to get more clarity of what is it that you want to call in, what is it that you want to experience moving forward, and then also do a little bit more healing. Okay, do a little bit more shadow work. Think of the things that I mentioned earlier about the shadow work. It's all about that awareness. Really look at your life and see what is out of alignment, what is not serving you, what isn't really to your highest and greatest good, what needs to be let go of. And sometimes you need to let go of things that you have held on to for a very long time. But here I want to invite you to tune in, to check in with yourself, and become honest with yourself. Do I still need this? Do I still want to hold on to this? Is this to my highest and greatest good? And if not, now, you don't have to necessarily make a decision right in that moment and make massive changes. You're not supposed to do that during Mercury retrograde anyways, but do a little bit more healing around it and start making a plan, like really get clarity. Now, the plan is, keep it like a loose plan, right? Because a lot can change with Mercury retrograde. And then once Mercury comes out of retrograde, a lot can change, but already make somewhat of a plan, because this is the new pathway that is now unfolding for you, right? So you want to also already get clarity, because a lot is being healed. A lot has already healed for you now leading up to the eclipse. And then now also in this 2-week window, more healing will take place if you allow it. And even if you don't allow it, it will still happen. Okay. Eclipse will pull stuff out of you, whether you want it or not. So just be gentle with yourself. Like I said, Mercury's in retrograde anyway. So just take some time out and be gentle with yourself. But do more clearing, do more letting go. And hear the invitations, make the time. Really gift yourself the time to go in and just lean into whatever is coming up for you. I truly believe that whenever something comes up, even though it doesn't feel good, it's like that knock on the door, like, hey, I want your attention. And then you want to open the door, like, okay, who are you? What do you want? And you want to work with it in order then to release it and let it go. Because if you ignore the knock doesn't go away. You just eventually get used to it because you just stuff it down, but it doesn't go away. So just allow yourself to do the work over the next 2 weeks. Take that time to go within. Do more journaling if you want. Now, I have more videos coming out with more activations and healings. You can even go through my channel. I have playlists of many light language activations that you can listen to about shadow work, about inner child healing. I mean, you name it. You can browse through my playlist. There is a lot there for you. Then, like I said, create that plan. But the key thing is also to really be in allowing. Really allow whatever wants to come to the surface, whatever wants to come up, whatever wants to unfold, allow it, but stay in a detached type of surrender, meaning you're detaching from any outcome. You're detaching from any things that you think should happen or shouldn't happen or want to happen. Really detach from, really be surrendered, knowing that it's going to happen, that whatever is happening to your highest and greatest good, even though it may not seem that way in that moment, but it's truly to your highest and greatest good. And that's basically all I want to share with you. Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything you would like to share before I then come to the closing of this event? I'm so excited you guys were here. Let me just see, Natasha. I'm so glad I finally caught a live stream. This was a long time coming and still right on time. Oh, that's, the funny thing is, I gotta tell you this. I have not done any live streams because I didn't think I was ready. And when I received the guidance that I'm supposed to do the live stream, I tell you, I was freaking out earlier, right before the live stream. And but I knew that this is what I needed to do. I want to connect more with you guys to really bring this and also to have that conversation, to have that connection. And I'm so excited that you guys were here, that you guys made it so very painless for me as well. And I'm glad that you guys got so much value out of it. Now, if you guys don't have anything else, like I said, the next event is happening on May the 5th. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I hope you take some time out today. And I hope you have a wonderful eclipse day. And, take some time out over the next 2 weeks. Just work the energy. And if you have any other questions, you can still leave them underneath the video. Leave a comment there. I'll definitely get back to it. But my heart goes out to you. I'm so grateful that you were here, that you allowed this healing, that you allowed yourself to receive the light codes what was to your highest and greatest good. And you cannot imagine how grateful I am that I was able to assist you today with this live stream. Okay. So thank you. See you, May. Great. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Well, then you guys have a wonderful day and I will see you soon.